Okay, folks, another video. What can we see today? What can we learn today from Mr. Pro USA? Let's hear what this so-called conservative has to say today.
It's not going to any other programs for any other homeless, the poor. City that I live in just allocated $1.2 million for illegals. So once again, they're saying the country doesn't matter. We matter. Us is all that matters. No, motherfucker, you don't get to talk like that. The nation is Mexicans, legal ones, whites, blacks, Asians, Indians, Cambodians, Filipinos. California, the United States does not revolve around Mexico. This is why I'm anti-left. This is why I'm anti-Mexican, even though I'm Mexican, because the way they behave reflects poorly on me. I don't want to be associated with those beaners. Fuck them. And it's that attitude. And they say, oh, we contribute millions. You take out more. Extra police, overpopulation, increasing cost of living, welfare, schools, way more. But see, nobody ever wants to talk about that because they really don't even know how many million illegals are even here into the country. So, once again, no. Don't even work with them anymore. Say, fuck it. House, the Senate, and the White House. Do whatever you gotta do, Trump. But I am now not in favor of any kind of pathway to citizenship for anybody. You do it the right way, you get the fuck out of here. Simple as that. And if you want to change it, get on your fucking knees, say I'm sorry, say we're frustrated, but don't come over here and try and go to another person's house and tell them how to run it. You wouldn't even let that happen in your own home, but you're going to somebody else's country and doing that. And you're even attacking the people that are trying to help you. They're even attacking the Democrats. They call Democrats deporters. If it wasn't for Democrats, you wouldn't even fucking be here. How stupid are you? Once again, this is why I say I'm an American. Yeah. And you can actually say, like somebody else said in a comment, I say that I'm a Mexican when it benefits me. Yeah, I do. Because I troll you fuckers. Because I'm smarter than the rest of you guys. I'm smarter than you guys. Embarrassing. It's really embarrassing how they act.
It's really embarrassing to listen to Mr. Conservative himself, the Mexican conservative. Please watch the rest of the video down below. That's why I'm so intelligent. Anytime when you're in a debate, you're in an argument or a conversation, and somebody starts talking about their intelligence, that they're so smarter than you, you're just stupid, and I know what I'm doing. I'm just smarter than you. You guys are stupid. And when you get into that type of talking points, we know that we're dealing with American, because Americans love to talk about their intelligence, how we're so smart, we're just smarter than you and all that stuff. Well, I say Mexican because it benefits me. How? I'm looking at Mr. Conservative Mexican. I said to myself, bro, you were never born or raised in Mexico. You're not Mexican. You're an American, yeah, but you're not Mexican. Well, this will benefit me. It doesn't benefit you. It really doesn't. It actually looks, I look at that, I'm like, bro, you were not born or raised in Mexico. You're not Mexican. The link would be down below. Please, by all means, dude, and watch the rest. I mean, I'm looking at this. I watched the whole video about this stuff. And I want to say something to Mr. Pro USA, Mr. Red, Red, and Blue, conservative Mexican here. Let me ask this dude a question. How do you know that it's just these Mexicans? Man, fuck Mexicans. Fuck them. And I'm understand that DACA, even though DACA consists of other people, because I've been to DACA rallies. I've seen all types of people in these rallies. I see all people waving different flags, but when it comes to Mexicans and Mexican flags, some odd reason, Mr. Pro-USA, these so-called conservatives, conspiracy theories, these alt-righters, they get orgasm. Oh my God, they get just get an erection of anger. And they go on YouTube and type in, man, fuck these Mexicans. But even though there's so many different flags from other countries, when it comes to that Mexican flag, for some odd reason, they get angry. And some odd reason, oh, these Mexicans, that's the problem with Mexicans. They wanted to be just like Mexico. Even though half of those protesters that were dancing on that retarded-ass stage with Nancy Pelosi, half of them were not even Mexicans. Half of them were not Mexicans. Even though several of those organizations that were sponsoring that so-called protest, half of them were Republican based. You know how I know? Faith in Action. Faith in Action was there. Go look up Faith in Action. They're one of the sponsors for that demonstration. The last time I checked, the guy who was give the foundation was by the Johnson family. What is the Johnson family, do you ask? The Johnson family, Johnson and Johnson, the baby powder. That's Johnson, Woody Johnson. Right now, the Woody Johnson, you know who he is, the CEO of the New York Jets, the ambassador to the USA, to the UK, a Republican. So why in the world is a Republican-based foundation sponsoring a protest like this? I'm just kind of wondering. But then he says, you see how stupid they are? You see how dumb they are? These Democrats, it wasn't for them. I'm looking at Mr. Pro-USA, Mr. Conservative. This is where I have to start saying something about these conservatives in the United States. There's no such thing as being conservative in the United States. They're called apologists, not conservatives. An actual conservative, a real, genuine conservative that sees the United States, knows for a fact there's so many contradictions of what you said. The Democrats, they're the only ones who help you. They're the only ones who care about you. No. In fact, the Democratic Party was the one that actually went to war with Mexico. That's the thing. And guess who was the one who stood up and said, this is wrong. We got to stop doing this because this is expansion of slavery. Guess who was the one saying that? It was Abraham Lincoln, a Republican. Now, in 21st century, you see the dumbing down of Republican Party, the Democratic Party, the Liberal, the Conservative. I keep trying to tell y'all this. It's the same thing. One's from the left, one's from the right, and you go in the middle. What you get? A bitch that, bam! That's what they get. Because it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I keep trying to tell people this. Now, in regards to this DACA protester, I think his name is Ivan Ceja, he needs to shut the fuck up. No, this is something I'm going to try to say. You cannot give amnesty to all illegal immigrants. I understand you feel like you're a bargaining chip. I understand that. But to sit there and say, we got to give amnesty to all, no one does that. You need to sit down, Ivan, and shut the fuck up. And some of these DACA supporters, DACA protesters were on that stage should sit down and shut the fuck up. You are no room to talk. And the reason why I know this for a fact is nothing what this guy has to say, because I know the truth of why these people are so hungry for USA citizenship. It has nothing to do with being American or they want to stay here. It's because the fact is that in our countries, if you have USA citizenship, it's like a golden ticket. You get so much privileges if you use USA citizenship. You have no idea. And they know this. They know this. That's why they're so pressed on USA citizenship. Because once you go back to their country, you say, I have a USA citizenship, you get treated very differently. You get the upper class treatment. That's the reason why they're begging for USA citizenship. I know this. So from all these so-called protesters, sit down and shut the fuck up. I already know what you're trying to do. Now, Mr. Conservative doesn't know that because he's not really Mexican. He doesn't know what's going on in Latin America. But I know because I'm from the country and from the countries down below. I know what they're trying to do. Now, in regards to, this is why I don't relate to them. I said, bro, listen, man, you're not Mexican. You're not part of the Mexican culture. In fact, I don't think you even know anything about the Mexican culture. And you know, fuck you, beaners. I have no. Actually, what's the problem with Americans that call people beaners? I mean, I love eating beans. What's wrong with beans? Stop. Leave the beans alone. Let know the fact that the entire world also eats beans. But yeah, for some odd reason, it means just Mexicans. Let know the fact that there's plenty of people in DACA that are not Mexicans. But let's just act like he's intelligent and let's feel the Mr. Pro USA as he's so smart. Let's just sit there and say that. Let me start by saying this to people. I understand that you don't support DACA. If you have no sympathy, I don't care. That's your choice. Let me start by saying this. But when you're lying and you sit there and say the Democrats are the only people that are helping y'all, and I said, no, they're not. The Democratic Party, the left, the Liberal Party, the Liberal of the USA never helped our countries. Nor is the left, nor is the right-wing conservative parties. They never helped our countries. These two groups have fucked up the region. All I keep trying to tell y'all is this: if you want to change your change your foreign policy in Latin America. That's how you're gonna solve all these problems.